So Tamar, Cowboy Carter came out some weeks back, Beyonce's new album. What do you think about her moving the country?
You know, I knew you guys were going to ask me about that.
Did you?
I did. I think that Black country is so necessary. I'm so happy that people with talent who can actually sing country music that are Black people are finally getting the recognition they deserve. That's what I think.
And she's a Texas girl. She's country.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't know. I just really appreciate Beyonce for opening the door for all the other Black artists that has, you know, rode that wave behind the floodgates. I'm just really appreciative for her.
Agreed.
That's awesome.
These people can really sing. They're so talented.
Yeah.
What's that one Black guy who can sing? Like, he sings so low.
Tony Evans Jr.
He's on the show.
Yeah.
Man, I really appreciate his artistry, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that.
It's true.
Yeah.
I started following him because just to hear him sing, I think is sing.
Yeah.
It's also another Black. It's like two Black girls I like. One little brown skinned little girl.
That's Tanner, right?
That's her real name, Tanner.
I think so. But we'll keep going.
And then there's another girl who kind of looked like the Beyonce campaign.
I know
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
can't remember her name, but yeah.
She's talented too.
We'll figure it out.
But I appreciate it. I like it. Because it was a couple of people who should not have been singing country Black music that was awful. And it was concerning for me.
Care to mention a few?
No, but you know what I mean. I'm not trying to be funny.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be funny. It just didn't sound good.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure if you're going to step into a new genre of music and represent us, that you got to represent.
Gotta be right.
Yeah, got to be right.
Hello everyone, happy Monday night, happy Monday, hope y'all are doing good. Welcome to another episode of DeAndre Dobbs, the show, episode 205. Thank y'all for joining me on this episode tonight, because I'm doing the show tonight. I did a show Wednesday, no, I did a show Friday, and I didn't do one this weekend because I said, you know what, I'm going to take some time and rest. But I said, you know what, let me go back and get on the field and start back doing some content. So that's what I'm doing. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and whenever I post a new video, you just click on it and start watching. Today's video, we're going to talk about two different topics. The first topic that we're going to be talking about is Tamar Braxton and what she has said on Black artists and genres of music, artists switching from different types of music. We're going to talk about her comments on that and everything. And then we're going to talk about another topic, which the other topic that we're going to be talking about after that, it's pretty messy, but you know, I'm going to talk about it because, you know, I'm just going to give my opinion. So we're fixing to go ahead and we are fixing to get started. Okay, let's get started. So the first topic we're going to be talking about, Tamar Braxton on the interview of Black artists switching to genres in music. This also has something to do with her and K. Michelle going back and forth, no less. It is said that Tamar Braxton said something to either K. Michelle or K. Michelle said something to Tamar Braxton first. Whatever it was not pretty. And Tamar Braxton was interviewed and she was asked, what does she think about Beyonce doing a country album? What does she think about Beyonce switching to country? And Tamar Braxton, she basically had this to say. I'm gonna try to have a video on that. Tamar Braxton says she respects Beyonce. she appreciates Beyonce. And I'm happy. And she says she's happy that Beyonce wanted to try something different. And, you know, in the music world, in the general world, and she says she appreciates her. And Tamar Braxton also says this. She feels like if you're going to switch a genre in music, if you're going to switch any type of genre in music as a black person, if you want to switch from this genre to this genre, like you want to switch from R&B to country, basically Tamar was saying, if you're gonna do this and do that, you gotta know how to represent, and you gotta represent us as black peoples and us as artists, us as peoples in general. Us as peoples in general. That's what she was saying. She was saying if you are like you're a black artist, like you're gonna switch to another genre, you gotta represent and you gotta bring it, and you have to bring your A game. That's basically what Tamar Braxton basically was trying to say. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to agree with her. I'm not going to say I'm not going to disagree with her. I'm basically going to put it as I feel like if you are an artist or anybody that's in the music world or whatever genre or whatever category music that you choose to sing, whatever, you know, genre you choose to go by, it's only fair. Like, if you feel comfortable doing it, you do it. But if it fits you, do it. And if it does not fit you, then, and if you're not comfortable with doing it, then I feel like you shouldn't do something or rock with something if it's not benefiting you and if it's not helping you none. But I will say this, us as black individuals and black peoples, there's nothing wrong with trying different music and categories, just as long as as long as you are satisfied with it, and as long as it fits you, and as long as, you know, it's something that you've been wanting to do for a very long time. And I will say this, for one, I appreciate Beyonce as well. I love Beyonce, and she's one of my favorite artists. I'm happy she has chosen to move over to country, because Beyonce, she's one of those artists, you know, she sticks to what she believes in. Beyonce is a hard worker. Peoples have been, it's some celebrities and it's some peoples in general that have been giving Beyonce a hard time, been talking bad about her and about everything that she has done in the music world. Basically, that comes from peoples that is jealous and, you know, that's not used to talent. And to me, I think it's got something to do with hate. I'm just gonna put it in that aspect. Okay, y'all, I'm back. But yes, I love Beyonce and I respect her and I am a fan of hers. And like I said, I'm very happy for Beyonce. She has done everything that is to do. And besides Beyonce, I think anybody that's in the music world, if they want to switch over to something, if it fits to them, and if it represents us as black peoples, and as us as black peoples, we enjoy it, I feel like anybody has the right to switch over to whatever they want to switch over. But it also tells whatever you want to switch over to in the music world in general, peoples of another ethnicity, another race, or another community, they might not agree with that. Of course, you're going to have some peoples that's like, why they switch over to that? Why they switch over to that? The reason people want to switch over to different things and different stuff, they want to expand their options. so I can basically understand where, you know, a lot of people's that has switched over is coming from. So that's how I feel about that. So I can basically understand where this statement is coming from, but I'm not saying I agree with Tamar, and I'm not saying I'm not disagreeing with her. I'm just stating my facts. And that is, whatever you do and however you do it and whatever you decide to switch it to, just make sure you know what fits you and what balances you. That's basically what I'm saying. So, do I agree? Am I on the same road and same opinion? I am. But you know, Beyonce is an example. Like, if Beyonce can switch over the country or any type of genre, anybody else in our community can too, in the black community can too, if it fits them, if they have the talent, and if they have, you know, if they have the talent and if they have what it takes. Because half of the people in the music industry, they just there just to be there. I'm just gonna put it like that, and that's gonna be my opinion on that. So that's how I feel about that opinion. So I hope that works out. And that's what I'm gonna say about that. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the beef between two TikTok stars that have escalated into freestyle and has become quite messy. So we will be right back with DeAndre Dobbs The Show, episode 205. Be right back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another segment, and welcome back to the show of DeAndre Dobbs The Show, episode 205. We just talked about Tamar Braxton and her comments on black artists and K. Michelle changing to different genres. And with Tamar was saying, like, if you are black and if you want to switch to a new genre, you should know what to do, and you should represent us. That's basically what she's saying out of her mouth. And that was her opinion. Honestly, you know, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. And also, I forgot to add in the last segment. It was a debate that she was in. I think she was getting interviewed, and people were asked her, Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston, and she says she prefer Mariah Carey. She says that she respects Whitney and respect the music, but at the end of the day, she liked Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey all day, every day. Now, I'm just going to give my opinion on this before we start the next subject and topic. For one, if I had to choose, it would be Whitney Houston. Because, you know, and I love Mariah Carey as well. I have so much love for both women. I can't say something nice about one legendary, late, fantastic artist and not give flowers to the other one as well. I'm going to give my flowers to Whitney Houston because Whitney Houston, she had a wonderful voice. And and she was legendary. She had hit after hit, and she came out with a bunch of hits, and she made a name for herself. Now, that's how I'ma put it, because I loved it, Whitney Houston, because when Whitney Houston sings and when she opens her mouth, it's like you can feel every relation and every chill and every moment what Whitney Houston is singing about in that song. And Whitney Houston, she is one of my favorites. She was one of my favorites, and she still is to this day. And her legacy, it's not going to go anywhere. So I give my flowers to Whitney Houston. And as for Mariah Carey, I give my flowers to Mariah Carey as well, because Mariah Carey, she has been a legend since the late 80s, early 90s, and is still a legend today. Because Mariah Carey, she has always been a hardworking woman, and she has always been the type to stand up on her own. Now, Mariah Carey, she has come up with hit after hit after hit. So I'm going to give Mariah Carey her flowers as well, along with the late, great Whitney Houston. And while I'm putting it out there, I'm going to say this. I'm not finna to turn these women against each other, because I feel like there's no need for that. Can we just normalize the fact that these women as artists and as peoples is legends and was best friends and made power together and made magic together? And I feel like a lot of people don't want to hear this, and they don't want to hear the thought of this. Now, Whitney Houston as a black woman, Mariah Carey as a black woman, when you have two black women that have good, powerful voices, and when you got two women, black women, that made legendary hits, there is nothing more important and more powerful than having two women like Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston making music and coming together. Because with all of these artists in the past, singers that have had beef with each other, it was either because one thought they was better than the other one, or someone said this about another artist. But really, instead of putting all these beefs and these going against each other's like that, they can just come together and just make an album together and put aside their differences, come together as one and stop going against each other and try to, stop acting like one is better than the other one. Because I feel like this Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, they are both legends and they are both respectable. And I miss Whitney Houston so much, and Mariah Carey, she's still doing her thing. So I love that for Mariah. And Whitney, you are truly missed. So I'm gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna talk about the last topic for the night. Be right back with DeAndre Dobbs, the show.
I'll come back to you. AC King, bitch, yeah, let's get into the field. All you doing is talking shit. I ain't trying to hear. You ask me how my sloppy seconds taste. I say real good, and them wigs and grandma heels, bitch, they pay me real good. I ain't beefing with no bitch named Nas. Tell that hoe to get lost, cause that bitch is a flop. Wanna beef with me, that bitch is a bob. But she quack like a dog, getting shaped like a box. Bitch, rule number 1, you ain't bout it, ho. Been caught the fate, but you a yelling, ducking, hiding, ho. Rule number 2, you a snake, big nasty bitch. Open your mouth, get to smelling all types of shit. And I ain't even gotta do you too bad, cause you did yourself bad, like with a man you never had, I was in that nigga house while you was crying, bitch. I was in that man house riding on his lips, like beep, 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 banging at your door. I be outside, posted on your front porch. I got my dukes up, chilling with your mama. Repent, son, come the father. Oh, he ain't okay? Mama girl, he ain't okay? Yeah, that bitch ain't okay. Yeah, that bitch ain't okay.
Okay, hey y'all, I'm back with another segment. We're back. And we're finna go ahead and get into it. We just talked about Mariah Carey. We just talked about the late great Whitney Houston and Tamar Braxton and all that. But we fixed to go ahead and get to the last topic. Now, this last topic that I'm gonna tell y'all about and that we're gonna talk about, this topic is the definition of our community. Not the black community, but the other community that we are in. And this basically tells the definition of toxicity. And I feel like as two stars on the same platform, such as TikTok, you would think instead of going against each other, you claim that you are best friends. You claim that you are best friends with one another, but when one of your best friends, and his significant other breaks up, the other best friend decides to go behind the best friend back and start going out with the best friend's ex that broke up with. Now, if that isn't messy, and if that isn't a bunch of bull crap, I don't know what is. And that is why our community is the way it is. Because most of us, including myself, because I ain't gonna leave myself out, I'm a real one. Most of us just don't know how to be humble. And most of us don't know how to sit down and be happy and let a situation just sit and marinate. Because I'm telling you, I just don't understand. You the two of you were best friends. Now you are beefing with one another, doing these diss tracks about one another. Which one of those diss tracks I basically liked it. Oh yeah, I'm finna be messy. One of those diss tracks, I actually liked it. Freestyle, if you will, freestyle. One of them I liked it, and the one I liked it was King. What was the name? King something. I can't pronounce the name, but I'm gonna put it up here and I'm gonna do the hashtag. I like the King one. I like the heels, the one with had the towel on the head and everything. I liked that one because that one it made perfectly good sense and it had rhythm. Because the other one, I don't know how to feel about that. And the thing is, I'm not no good because I follow both of them. One of them I know a little bit about, and one of them I barely know a little bit about, and the other one I watch on YouTube. So, you know, it is what it is. But and these are the pictures I'm putting up. I already got up. Y'all know who they are because I know who they, you know, because on TikTok, of course, if you be on TikTok like I do, you should know who they is. And the main reason that they had this falling out is because of that situation. One of the best friends and his significant others broke up, and instead of the other friend telling the other friend that what was going on, that they were seeing each other, if I got it right, they decided to do it behind closed doors and do it behind the best friend's back. Basically, the reason they was doing it behind the best friend back because the best friend that was doing the going on with the best friend's ex probably knew in their mind that they was going to get clocked and get dragged about that. But my thing is, how do you call yourself a best friend when you are going behind your best friend back doing all the sneaky stuff? But if it was me, I would have asked my best friend, how would you feel if I went out with so and so? I understand, you know, y'all had broken up, this and that, the third, but I want to ask you, do you feel comfortable if I talk to your ex or this and that, the third? If they had a civil, grown up, casual conversation about it, that could have been the best thing. But when you go around doing stuff like this, doing that sneaky stuff, it basically puts a dampers in friendships and in a bunch of situations. That's why it's so much toxicity in our community. Y'all know what community I'm talking about. It is so much toxicity in our community, and it is so much drama in our community, and it's sad. Peoples are fighting every single day over silly stuff, and it's crazy. And it's crazy. When basically you can be two adults about the whole situation. Own up to it, because I definitely had to learn that. Hell, I'm still learning to own up to certain things. But honestly, I've learned you have got to own up to it. If you did it, you did it. Come out and say you did it. Don't be secretive about it, because the more secretive you are about it, the more worse that it'll get. Now, I understand you do not want a certain image or a certain crowd or people to know, because somebody's going to put their 2 cents in, and when that person put their 2 cents in, you're not going to like it, and then you get mad. I think everybody has been in that situation before, but at the end of the day, it's like these two or these three who I'm talking about in this topic, which pictures I got up, which if y'all have been watching the TikTok videos, Instagram has been talking about and everything. If you have been watching all that, you basically know who I'm talking about. And do I feel sorry about any of these individuals? The thing is, I'm on the side of right, not wrong. I'm on the side of right, not wrong. And in this situation, it's just plain messy. Don't get me wrong, I like the tea. I like the drama and everything. But this freestyle, these freestyles and everything and all because of an ex. I tell you, we need to do better. A lot of us need to do better, me included. It's a lot I need to work on as well. I ain't gonna say I'm perfect, but damn. That's just how I see it. So, what do you all think about the situation with the topic I just told you about? What do you think about the situation with Tamar Braxton opinions about the genres of music and Beyonce turning to country? What do you think about the opinions with Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey? What do y'all think about that? Let me know in the comments. So that will be my video for today, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll be back with another video as soon as possible. I hope y'all enjoy. Thank y'all for watching. And thank y'all for tuning in. I love y'all. Have a wonderful Monday. Love you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.